everybody! My name is Porkalypt, and this is Final Fantasy XIII! I'm joined by Warriors and Hbomb guy!
You
That
die.
accent has nothing to... What? Oh, hey, look, it's that fight that we just run around because no.
Because God, no.
What are you? Quit worrying about our accents, mate. Pack up your troubles in your old kit bag and throw them on the Barbie. And that was the only impression of...
That is every accent at once, so we can't ask you to do a specific one.
I don't know what accent it is. I think I was trying Australian. I can't. I wish I could.
Your accent is offensive to Australians, mate.
I don't want to actually put any effort into it because then if it turns
Because
out
then
terrible-
it'll sound like really, really racist if you do it wrong, yeah.
Yeah.
Racist is wrong. Anti-Australian.
I can't think of any country in the world that I actively dislike. What countries do you guys hate?
Actually, I don't think there are any.
Japan?
Yeah, okay, fair enough. I was going through ones I'd been to, and there was a time where I hated Belgium, but I don't really dislike it that much now. Because when I was a kid, Belgium was boring. I didn't like Belgium. Nothing happened in Belgium. Which actually, kid me wasn't entirely wrong.
Did Kid You sound like that?
Yeah. I don't think my voice has changed that much through my life. I've always had the same high-pitched whine.
Mine has changed. I think.
Yeah, probably.
I wouldn't predict that I would sound like this.
I got more London than less London growing up. That is true.
I don't know anything about local dialects. So, I got something.
It's for what?
You're from where and you sound like that? It's pretty obvious you don't know anything about dialect.
Yeah. You do not sound like you are from the Midlands.
I sound like I'm from Britain in general.
Yeah. You sound British.
Yeah.
You know?
Just generically.
Hey there, everybody. My name's Hbomb guy, and
If I could
I'm from Scotland.
If I could do a pitch perfect southern accent, I would do it
All the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is actually how I feel.
Is that doing that?
Don't know. But yeah, my accent got more London, and then got less London.
Yeah, I'm from
As people
Yorkshire.
started remarking on it, and I started getting self-conscious.
So, where did we...
What world? Where are we?
There.
We are there. So we were going to come down and check some stones.
Ah,
We were. We are also not going to touch that with a 3,000-foot pole.
only one of them can stand up and start wailing.
A
at you.
collapsible 3,000-foot pole.
Why collapse? Oh, so you can fit it on an airplane.
Yeah.
I knew the answer.
You have been paying attention to my witty commentary.
I know I've been watching these videos.
Paying attention to my witty commentary and my half-witty commentary.
I get it.
Fuck that Behemoth. Behemoth is the enemy of this thread.
No behemoths allowed.
And we
I'd
thought
rather fight
the
that guy.
turtle things were bad.
Yeah, Behemoth is the enemy of this thread.
We've died more to behemoth than those things, admittedly.
Hey.
It's not those things that I'm talking about, it's from the old video that went there.
Yeah. Okay, guys, I would like, as a new creative challenge, I would like some kind of poster dictating that Behemoth is the enemy of this thread.
Did the dogs have dolphin tails?
Yes, they are kind of fish dogs.
Dog fins. Dog fins.
Dogfish. Because it's a real thing.
Really?
As is a catfish.
Yeah,
Catfish are real. I didn't know dogfish were real.
dogfish are indeed real.
I always thought dogfish are things that I would make up.
Is the dogfish only real because the catfish was real and someone felt the need to address the balance?
Probably.
Yeah. There are no fish that could ever look like a dog, but the catfish do look very catty.
Yeah, you do have feline features.
Although, cats eat fish, so...
They're catnibals.
Speaking of food, it reminds me of, I had a question about Kit Kats.
Right.
I wanted to ask it on video because it's so enthralling.
Yep.
Do they make them in the size that they make them, or do they make really big ones and
They make them in the size that they make them. You can tell because the chocolate is slowly around the outside.
Yeah,
Oh.
there you go.
I just thought maybe they made really long sticks and then cut them up.
Also, an important thing about Kit Kats. You know Kit Kat Chunkies?
Yeah.
They should make a Kit Kat made of Kit Kat Chunkies. Like a giant Kit Kat.
Ooh.
I would buy that. And I would eat one Kit Kat Chunky worth of it and then be like, this is too much food, and throw the rest away.
But they would have tricked you into buying more Kit Kat.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, marketing perspective, it's fantastic.
Is that background or an enemy?
That's an enemy.
The turtle thing reminds me of
Yeah.
an enemy.
The turtle thing is.
That is
Yeah,
an enemy.
Jesus.
Yeah. It is huge.
Is that one looks bigger than
It's
normal.
enormous.
What?
Oh yeah, that's a reference to...
I get it, but it wasn't a very good impression.
Oh, wasn't
Yeah.
it? No. It was a
Also, I
Millard
think
Mulch
it was
reference.
actually
Millard-
it's
oh.
humongous technically.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's humongous. Yeah. So it wasn't even an accurate reference. I am terrible at references and I'm going to kill myself. Eternity of peaceful dreaming is good. We need to dispatch an Adroa in the something or rather watchamaflick.
God told me.
Where's the pink thing?
It's down south.
Now I know where to head. If I can find out where I am.
There should be a center on player button.
There should be a set marker button.
There should be a lot of buttons.
Down and left.
Down. Dan.
Okay, no, I was wrong. I don't know where you are.
I'm
Oh, yeah, I do know where you are. You're
there.
So, go south.
Not south, just down on the map as it currently is.
Oh, yeah, because that might not actually be south.
Because the map, the big map rotates.
Yeah. That is so dumb.
You can't even rotate it manually, can you? Isn't the purpose of a map to help you know where you are?
Yes, that is indeed the function of a map.
And it's not useful.
It's not fulfilling it at all. No.
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 It's gone misty.
Yay, it is a misty, moisty
It is
morning.
in fact weather. There is a weather system. I don't know why there's a weather system, but there's a weather system.
Is it like on that place where we could change the weather system and different enemies will spawn? No.
That mechanic isn't going to be used again, you fool.
Yeah. At least not in a way that we can't change it. Because then what if it gave us
The
enemies that
mechanic
we
is never going to come up again, ever.
could- No. That fucking attack chain.
It's so bad for the dogs now.
Yeah, you are just kind of picking on them now.
It's because we know we can kill them
The
Yeah,
game has
because-
made me feel the need to grind.
Yeah,
and kill the dogs after all the damage they did.
up and a bit left and a bit.
Oh no, we're going to run into an elephant in the mist.
Yeah, we're just gonna turn around and there it is. Hello. That's how they sound.
Elephants don't have to sound slow.
What are you implying by saying I talk slow?
These ones look goblin here.
Yeah.
They're probably quick thinkers.
I'm coming door.
I mean, elephants don't,
They do slightly more damage than their counterparts.
but they look less disco.
They do look less disco, and they still have inexplicable holes in them. They're actually kind of cool looking, though.
That's because
They still have the mouth to nowhere.
Yeah.
they need extra mouths in order to better goblins. What?
That was
Gobble.
awful.
Food eating.
Oh!
I got it, but it was
Oh.
awful.
See, I didn't even get it. I'm sorry.
These are actually meaningful enemies. And that's terrible.
The others weren't. The better looking ones weren't.
The better looking ones were hilarious because they weren't meaningful enemies.
Yeah, like that made them better in a way.
I'm looking out for the dire goblins and the ice goblins, and the underground goblins.
The overground goblins and the wandering free goblins.
And the winged goblins that don't fly.
The hobgoblins and the knobgoblins and bobgoblin.
None of them will be called those things, they'll just be reskins with new names completely.
Yeah.
Like the munchkins.
Yeah. So there'll be some imps. Oh no, wait, imps were a different thing.
Yeah.
There'll be some bugbears, there'll be some orcs, there'll be some norks, there'll be some corks.
I bet you that these are all reskins of something else, and when we find that one, it will explain the mouth.
There's no reason for that mouth.
The reason for that mouth is monster designs in Final Fantasy XIII.
Yeah.
I just want it to all be...
Well, they, like, I will give them this, like, their designs seem quite original. Insofar as monsters, because I mean, obviously they're still goblins.
But saying these monster designs are original in this case is really damning with faint praise.
Yes, yeah,
What is anything in this game?
yeah. How do they fit into any ecosystem? Why are they fighting us?
Because Final Fantasy, and that's all the explanation you're allowed to have.
Yeah.
Hopefully you played previous Final Fantasy games, or you might want to make...
No one bought Final Fantasy XIII who didn't at least think they were a fan of the series.
Or was me?
Well, like, but yeah, you bought it for you bought it because video games.
I find it highly ironic that
I'm kind of actively not a fan of the series.
it's very hard to like Final Fantasy now. Because it has to be the cutting edge one that doesn't stick to anything fun. It has to, it has to constantly forge in new directions instead of being the...
Except not in any meaningful
Yeah.
way.
It has to be the trendsetter rather than the one that's good.
Yeah.
Again, except not in any meaningful way.
Yeah.
Like, it has to look really different each time, but it hasn't actually developed.
Which I guess is the feel that BioWare must be having with Dragon Age 2.
Definitely.
So Dragon Age 2, well, it was a lot more different looking than actually different, but at the same time.
We have to push the bar in some direction, even if it makes the game worse.
Dragon Age 2 was a really good game for a 60-hour RPG made in a year.
Yeah, like, the thing that was wrong with Dragon Age 2 was as a result of making a game in a year, not...
Not even Dragon Age 2, this game, any game that has to push the bar, per se.
Yeah, like...
The only series that doesn't, get worse after being good is, Half-Life and that sort of thing.
Because Valve take 1,000,000 years on their games, and we hate them for it.
But, well, if they're allowed to have any flaw, it's in frequency.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the one forgivable flaw, really.
Oh yeah, no, like, that's perfectly... But, like, that is how they get it. It's
Yeah.
because they
Good,
spend...
quick, cheap, pick 2, they pick good twice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Although I don't actually particularly like Valve games personally, but that is more
But I can
a
appreciate that they are good, yeah.
The Half-Life games do seem very much like demonstrations of game design rather than an actually
Yeah,
very
sometimes.
good game.
Sometimes they do.
They're definitely good, but I wouldn't call them spectacular except when they are in terms
Suddenly,
of physics and
yeah.
design. And the most gamey thing made by Valve is Portal 2.
Yeah.
Everything else is a test bed. Which is kind of what this was before they decided to ship it. They hadn't got a complete playable thing before they decided to try a demo.
Then again, this is the company that asks coders to send to fax copies of their code to the legal team.
Why?
I can't remember which studio it was that folded after it was working on Final Fantasy. But like they were talking about afterwards that Square, like it was an American company that was working on something Final Fantasy-ish. Maybe the
that
the
one
MMO?
game that there's a bit. No, the
Right.
MMOs for that thing.
Oh, okay.
There was called Final Fantasy. I forget what the subtitle was, but
Yeah, like I can't exactly remember the
there's
the
a
story
tiny
now.
bit of footage of it out there, and we were never supposed to know it existed.
Yeah, but they, after being dropped, got all arsey and published all the stuff that they had to put up with from Enix, which includes having to fax copies of their code over to be looked at by Enix's legal team.
Why? In case they violated some...
Actually, more likely so that Enix could patent something.
Yeah. But all the ideas of patents and games.
I don't think we have software patents in this country.
No, in this country we don't.
Did they summon a dog?
Yeah, they
Yeah.
summoned a normal dog, fortunately.
Yeah.
Verdelet, that's a new kind of...
That's a character from... Yeah, that's a character from Drakengard.
Oh no, that's Mark. I can tell because the health's not going down so slowly.
Really? Not there. Immune to everything. Except the things that it absorbs. So, why are they still casting magic at it?
They figured out the ones that it takes normal damage from. The 2 or 3 things. Stagger.
There you go.
Dust.
Up in the air.
Win.
Yay! Yay! Mission complete.
Complete. Pronounce it
Frostring.
correctly.
Okay, Flostling. I feel like such a dick doing that.
My jelly blossoms.
They are weirding.
Beauty.
Hate myself. So,
Archaeopolitan
Those
idol.
2 ones that we still need to do.
yeah, have a look.
But is that an active one now that takes down the barrier? If it is an active one, it'll be like number 50 bazillion.
We will have a look.
Is that just a dog? No, it's just 3 dogs.
It's the 3-dog fight.
It's that 3-dog fight, yeah.
It's the 3-wolf moon.
So, what was Fang's motivation in helping Snow? Way back in the beginning.
She was working for Sid's group because she woke up with no memories
Right.
and is a lassie.
So does she have a new focus, or is it the same as yours?
She doesn't seem to have a focus at all, which is what's up with her.
Yeah,
mark
like
being-
her mark is all like weird and white and confusing and is
She's
frozen.
all angsty about being a broken lassie.
Yeah.
Huh. I see.
Yeah.
This is stuff I actually missed, so I can
Yeah.
get away with not knowing it.
You could get away with not knowing it watching the videos. Like, this game isn't that good at explaining its plot.
Good thing we have Adis around to tell us how it is.
Tell it like it is.
What does Adis do?
I don't know.
Aid us things.
Something tells me he works in games.
Maybe. I can't make assumptions. Like,
Make SpongeBob SquarePants things.
I would love that job. I would love to be some guy who has to code SpongeBob SquarePants and puts all their love into a game that has to be terrible.
Don't put it. Sometimes those kids shovelware games wind up being good.
Yeah,
And
and
that's when you get a brand new studio working on it that is putting all their love into it.
yeah, exactly. Like, people do put love into those games when they're forced to do them, but like
When
working
it's
in the industry.
first time they do.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, with the, like working in the industry because they haven't had their soul crushed quite yet.
Yep.
what the worst industry to work in is?
I think the highest suicide rate is in hairdressers.
Or dentists? Or is that not true?
I don't think that's actually technically true anymore.
I met a really nice hairdresser. Sure.
There you go.
He obviously knew more about my hair than I did.
It's not hard.
Tend to.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know about my hair. I go to a salon and tell them, make hair good, and they go, yes.
He died from the landing. I think.
No stars, I don't care.
Good.
Like, that was still a bit pissy.
Oh, finally we can take the quest.
It's red, though. It feels like... Oh, maybe it's red
It's
because
red
it's a
because
thing.
barrier.
Yeah,
Let's
it's
see
a barrier.
what number it is.
Nations block roads and pathways all across Grand Pulse. Complete the mission. This is another tutorial.
Yep.
Arbitrary walling tutorial.
Be prepared for a grievous challenge. It's only number 12, though. So it's sort of the order we're supposed to do it in.
Except we skipped 9.
We skipped 9, yes, but we've been doing all the others, and it's only ranked C, so it's probably the worst of the Cs.
It's probably easier than the things that we've died to recently.
Yeah, it's probably the worst of the Cs. Sorry.
That was...
Because it's funny, because they are C.
And the French.
Yes.
C.
They're not, yeah,
I wonder what Le C translates to in French.
nothing, because
What it was localized
L
to.
apostrophe goes into a vowel, not into a consonant. Let me tell you about French.
Okay.
I really want someone in the thread to tell me that that's actually completely not true.
And it's over there.
Wasn't there some LP where people started arguing about people's French and the actual
And then
French person
It was like, I think that might have been Michel Parameter,
Yeah.
who then freaked out and told everyone his account had been hacked.
Oh.
And posted it to the forum. But I might be remembering wrong.
The space in your brain reserved for forums drama is mercifully small.
Yeah, thank God. So, when we do open that gate, nothing in there is going to be compulsory. So we'll see if any cutscenes show up
Yeah.
there, and then we will work out how compulsory cutscenes are.
People will be walking and then Snow will come in and say, hey, we should go do the thing.
And Lightning will say, I'm in this cutscene.
I agree, Snow.
And Saz will be in the background, and maybe Rasputin will do a little hop. And Hope will recite all 7 poems he has written. Twice.
Only 7 poems.
Well, yeah, because I don't want to overdo Hope in comparison to everyone else. This game has all main characters. It's not just a vehicle for Hope to talk.
He said sarcastically.
Thank you. I wasn't sure whether I was conveying my point.
Or you were, because there's no way what you were saying could be true. So you're either sarcastic or
Wait,
need to
wait.
die.
Restore attribute magic. Attribute magic.
What?
Attribute magic. Attribute magic.
And Vanille's...
Attribute.
doesn't get one.
Oh, it's because I was looking at a thing, I guess. I think it just hadn't made the thing.
Oh, right, I see, yeah.
Hmm. The menus.
Attribute HP. Oh, I see. But then when you navigated out of it, it didn't go away from magic.
For a second there, the CP cost said boo-boo.
You've actually maxed out Lightning's Commando.
We've maxed out Lightning's Commando.
Or commando all the time.
Or we haven't, because it's just a bit left to roll over.
Yeah.
Now we have.
We win. Cue end credits.
in attaining
This was
the numbers.
the actual goal of the game.
Attain numbers.
That's what we've already done.
How do you know?
It's glowing.
Okay.
It's happy.
Oh, so we're in the middle of a mission, so we can't pick them up anyway. But
Yeah, but I was looking.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that clock's right now, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, I fixed the clock. It
Oh,
is. It is past 1 in the morning.
Fair. I've been mentally taking an hour off.
Oh. No, you've been trapped here for longer than you think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I fixed the clock.
Yeah.
So no one's been here or changed the clock since daylight saving time.
No,
British
because that was
summertime ended.
because that was like a month ago.
Yep.
Tops.
Yeah.
And yeah. People ain't down here. That.
There's a boss.
Although I actually think people have been there since then. Oh well, whatever.
Everything going blue.
No, actually,
This is now the blue
pack
kind of weather.
Seath. We haven't actually gotten to the boss yet, but it's the pack of Seath that we're talking about. There's one of those that we can't do yet.
Which might kick in after we've done this one.
This one seems to unlock things. These we shouldn't bother fighting, but we're gonna have to.
We'll be walking in the middle of them and we might as well get a preemptive strike.
Yeah.
So it
Oh.
wasn't.
Fair.
Or at least attack them on our own turn. Attack
Oh
some-
hey, it's these things that take far too long to kill that are otherwise fairly unthreatening.
Yay! I love long fights.
Yes. But it means nothing happens, so we have an excuse to go off topic completely.
Even like we have been doing for the past 4 hours at least.
Yeah.
Let me tell you my opinion on cupcakes.
My favourite brand of computer part is Logitech because
I like Logitech too. Logitech,
and for a real conversation.
I'm just
Okay.
deciding to agree with you.
Hi.
Logitech actually makes decent quality hardware, like weirdly.
I do.
That is my only opinion.
Why is that weird?
Like I don't know. Okay, they make hardware in places I don't expect them to make good stuff, like audio.
I have a Logitech headset.
Yeah, exactly. Logitech make relatively good headsets and for low prices. Please give me ad
We are
revenue.
sponsored by Logitech. Oh, we finally reveal our hand.
Yeah.
But
Also,
They
I
do
was under
good.
the impression that the basic Logitech mouse was that, and the Microsoft one were the two that were like, if you
Yeah,
yeah,
don't have some specific requirement, you get one of those.
yeah.
I have a Logitech mouse that's wired, but it's one of those really shiny plastic ones that gets really slippy and horrible and gunky and fingerprinty.
Yeah,
After 5 seconds of use.
the mouse that we are using on my Mac is a Logitech.
Yeah, that's the kind I had before the mouse click started clicking 1,000 times when I used it.
Ah, there you go.
I broke it down.
Whereas the one on my computer is a wired ball Dell mouse.
That doesn't work at all anymore.
No, I kind of have to force it to work.
I was going to joke it was from the 80s, but Dell still probably create that kind of thing. It's Dell.
Yeah.
Actually, they bought Alienware, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
Which is terrible because it replaced what the XPS, the XPSs at the time were actually decent
And Alienware
purchasable
is not
gaming
really
systems, and
nice.
Alienware has never been good for anything, and it wasn't like they branded the XPS as Alienware. Alienware replaced that, and XPS became the next one down. So now neither of them's worthwhile.
Yep.
Oh, because of course they made the XPSs worse
Yeah.
in order to allow for overpriced, alien-faced bullshit.
Yeah.
I do like the alien face logo.
Yeah.
Oh.
If there's one thing I like about Alienware, it's the logo.
The branding is
Yeah.
the only thing they put effort into.
Yeah.
Because
There-
anyone that wants that sort of system knows to build it themselves. Unless they're an idiot, in which case they'll tell me about it.
Alienware is for people who've watched a movie about hacking.
And want to do it, but don't know how.
But then again, I can't like yell at people for falling for marketing and being morons because I use a Mac.
I fell for it and regretted it.
You're a
Windows.
professional music person. You're allowed to use it.
I like to tell myself that. Like, the worst thing is, I think I'm the worst kind of hipster. Because I'm like, we were using Apple technology in the 90s when no one liked it.
Before it was cool.
Exactly. I was into Apple products, a hipster thing, before they were cool. I hate myself.
If you're into it before the hipsters got to it, then you're the exception.
Yeah.
Then you're the hipster to the hipster, which maybe wraps around, I'm not sure. I'm a bit confused now.
Exactly, like, I don't know what that makes me, but I just don't feel like it can't be good.
Maybe you annoy hipsters the same way hipsters annoy normal people, in which case it's probably fine.
Yeah.